Safety. It's a huge
Mhm.
concern of mine. I've had people on my teams when I was a roofer actually die and fall off roofs, break femurs, and it's just scary. And like you touched on it earlier, when you lose your not just your source of income to feed your family, your life possibly. And so
Yep.
safety is being a huge concern. Um, you've utilized it, with flying towers and stuff. You know,
Mhm.
how do you see that getting more and more, a part of just the biggest reason why you should be using drones?
I mean, it's obvious. I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard to not see the value. You'd have to be pretty blind to not see how not having to climb a roof as much will lessen your chance of severe injury or death. Like it's very clear. And I was talking to one of my roofing buddies out here actually last week, and he mentioned just taking a drone and he can do multiple house inspections with from a single vantage point. So he can go
Hmm.
out there and just do a scan and try to see where are the potential issues at and focus his efforts on that. So, but he's used to going up there and marking everything. And there's a lot of artificial intelligence you can use now that, again, we partner with that can go out there and actually annotate all those major um, potential issues. And you can take that to a client without having to get up there with your chalk and things and mark and everything. So there's a lot of value. And the other thing as well is like pictures worth 1,000 words. So if you have that data and you can take that drone, capture the detail, generate that report, show the client right then and there and say, this is the damage, this is your house. Or even take that client outside with your drone and they can see it with the drone. Be like, oh, you see right
Hmm.
there, this is where you have it. Like, there's a lot of this you're still going to have to go on the roof for, obviously, but you can minimize the amount of chances you have of falling by not having to get up there every single time. I think, especially in the leads in the sales process, there really isn't much of a reason to get on a roof for the most part. Um, you know, uh, do all of your filtering and lead gathering from the ground, and then you can properly tie off and do what you need to do when you actually have that client secured. So
Yeah.
and that's what I see.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of opportunities here, but the safety factor is massive. Cell tower industry, that's why we rotated to it. They don't climb towers anymore unless they are going to do some work. That's it. They use drones for everything because it's just of a so much of a risk issue. And also, a climber can only climb maybe one or two towers a day. When I was doing cell tower inspections, we were able to generate entire models of towers, and we were doing between 6 and 10 towers a day as a single person. Like, that's just unheard of. So there's clear value. The risk factor is huge. The efficiency is big, and you can just really take that data and present it. And you don't even have to like you can't argue against high resolution detailed imagery that's on a live feed from a drone that's at above their house.
Sure. Yeah, and like you said, it's one person can only do so much. And
Mhm.
I know contractors, especially if it's a storm area that got hit, they'll do a whole neighborhood. They'll they'll generate, and of course they use other technologies, so they get everyone's email address as well, and they will either do a presentation in person or they'll send them a report. Look, this is your roof. This is the damage that is up there currently. This is what it's going to cost you to get it done.
Yep.
Um, and call this number or take a picture of a QR code and let's get this thing rolling. Make it so much easier for people to say yes
Mhm.
when you provide such an illustrated, um, story
Yeah.
of where they sit. So it's just huge, and for me, on huge properties too, and we're talking commercial properties, um, being up there for hours on end doing your inspection is exhausting. It blinds you looking up there, especially if you're on a TPO roof, or a PVC and it's white and it's just reflecting all of that. Um, there's so many aspects and reasons why I can't wait to start utilizing a drone.